How much time do you spend thinking about what others are thinking about you? Or repeating the cycle of scrolling social media only to feel more drained and or in a worsened mood after? All of these things take from our energy, and we are all energetic beings. Think of how when you walk into a room, you can instantly sense the mood, or how a conversation can either lighten you up or drain you. This is all energy at play. And where focus goes, energy flows. If your focus is always on what others want, that is where your energy will leak.
Hey, Editing Julia here. I forgot to include an intro. So if this is your first time here, I am a certified Dharma life coach, and I help people with self-trust and reconnecting with their heart and intuition and feeling grounded and empowered as they create lives with more meaning. This is part 5 of my 6-part relationship with self series. And in the previous videos, we focus on rebuilding self-trust and reconnecting with self-love. In today's video, we're talking about self-respect to give you more insight into how you act on your self-worth and your self-love and how to actually embody it in your everyday life.
An essential way to embody self-respect is through boundaries. Think of boundaries as bowling lanes for your energy. They help guide you so that your energy doesn't get scattered everywhere and flying in the wrong direction. Boundaries can be emotional, physical, time related, just to name a few. An embodied boundary might look like not checking your phone first thing in the morning because you know that messages or news will drain you, especially if you're not grounded for the day yet. Or simply choosing rest even when others don't understand. What many people misconstrue is that boundaries don't actually hurt others. You might end up shedding some people or opportunities once setting and maintaining your boundaries, only if those people and opportunities aren't aligned with you to begin with. What boundaries actually do is keep you rooted so that when you do show up, you show up from a place of wholeness.
Another way we embody self-respect is by living from our highest self and our values. Values being the core principles of what matters most to us, and identity embodiment is about who we are becoming.
Think of it this way. If you want to be someone that prioritizes creative endeavors, then ask yourself, how can I prioritize creativity even when life gets full? Every time you choose based on your values or the identity you are becoming, you are reinforcing that version of you until eventually you are her. You are that highest self version of you. And this is where I have to remind myself to stay in my lane, because we'll often start comparing ourselves to others and their journeys, but that is unproductive and a leakage of your precious energy. Also, an important thing to note is as you grow and reassess your values, some may change. And just like we spoke about in setting and maintaining boundaries, you might naturally lose some people or just detach and grow out of some environments, etc. But if you are interested in learning more about identifying your values, I have a separate video solely on core values, which I will link at the end of this video. Respecting yourself also means listening to your needs, whether it's physical or emotional. Let's say you have to make a decision. Instead of asking yourself, what should I do? Ask yourself, what does my mind, body, and nervous system need right now? Sometimes it's rest, sometimes it's movement, sometimes it's stepping away from someone else's stress and practicing energetic hygiene in whatever way feels good to you. This is how you keep your energy flowing in alignment with your values, visions, and not scattered by everyone else's state. Now, we cannot go without talking about self-care when talking about self-respect, because self-respect is maintained through consistent self-care. And as we were speaking about, we're all energetic beings, right? As energetic beings, we need an energetic hygiene routine. And everyone is different. Routines might require more structure, some less. No matter which way you lean, it is essential to have a toolkit of multiple practices or modalities that help you specifically get back into the right energy. My toolkit includes practices such as meditation, morning sun exposure, somatic exercises, ecstatic dance, strength training, EFT tapping, breath work, and body shaking. Some of these practices I do on a more regular basis, such as meditation, ecstatic dance, and those you could kind of consider as more maintenance or proactive measures. And then I have EFT tapping and body shaking as what you could label as reactive, or I use as needed. But no matter what you end up choosing for yourself, when you prioritize these practices on a regular basis, then you'll show up more resilient and regulated more naturally in the long run. One last piece of self-respect that I can't go without mentioning is finding that balance of compassion and integrity. Integrity meaning keeping the promises that you make to yourself as you make this journey. Every time you follow through, you strengthen trust in yourself. But obviously, we're all going to miss sometimes. So that's where the self-compassion comes in. I invite you to honor those misses with the same compassion and care that you would offer a friend. Self-respect is not about being perfect, and trust me, I need to tell myself that all the time still, but it is about being kind and patient to yourself as you evolve through this process. To sum this up, to embody self-respect is to embody boundaries, values, needs, identity, and regular self-care. Remember that where focus goes, energy flows. If your energy is constantly focused on what others might be thinking of you, or comparing yourself, or ignoring your body's signals, then that is where your energy will leak. But if you stay in your lane and honor your needs and live your values, you will feel that energy reinforcing who you are desiring to become. If this video did resonate, I highly recommend you check out the other videos in this series if you haven't already. And I invite you to subscribe if you would like to be notified for my future videos. Thank you so much for being here.